Hey you guys, YouTube, how you guys doing? This is your girl Simply Love, aka Sandra in the house. Okay, how you guys doing? How was your weekend? I know I had a blast in New York City. It really was beautiful, is all I could say. All right, and I was at the time that I needed to have that break anyway. We went shopping. We done all kind of stuff. It was really nice. So I did take my card, but y'all can see I didn't have time to do nothing. So but I did get a whole lot of messages while I was in New York. There was a lot of, like, I was seeing a lot of flashes and stuff like that in my head, as I was, in New York, like, people that looked at me, I could look at them in their eyes and tell, who wasn't right, who was like evil. I mean, I picked up a lot of energy of like evil, and I was like doing my friends. I'm like, did you see that? Did you see that? They know how I am. They know, my gift and all that stuff. And they're like, come on, Sandra, not here, not now. We having fun. I'm like, well, I can't help, what I'm seeing. I can't help it. I'll try to shut up. You know what I mean? And they laughed about it and told me to relax and all that, and I did, but there was stuff still coming to me, like you look and you just can't help it. I try to look away, and things that I was hearing coming from certain people, it's just like a lot of chatter going on in my head when I was there. I mean, big time. I felt it big time. Maybe it's because there's a bigger population and different people. I was picking up like some very low vibrational toxic energy in New York. Not the places that I went to. People seem to be like positive. They were more on my the same level, like of just like on my level. That I didn't pick up any bad karma or any bad people. Where the places that I went to. I'm just talking about when I was out and about in New York. I picked up a lot of evil energy, really evil, and some of the things that I saw, and I'll let you guys know some of that. But first of all, when I got back yesterday evening, I get my mail. I always go to my mailbox and stuff like that, and this is what I got in the mail. You guys are spoiling me. I'm telling you, you guys are really spoiling me. Don't think that I appreciate everything y'all do. I appreciate all the donations that you give to the channel. I appreciate all the cards and stuff like that you got. I'll tell you something. When I couldn't get off from talking to y'all, I'd be bawling. I start crying. I'm very sensitive at times. At times, I can be very sensitive. And because I'm not used to receiving a lot. I'm always the giver, always, give. I'm not used to receiving, but, as my transformation and spirit talk to me, I learned to accept, like, why not? People want to give you, especially if they give you from the heart. I really appreciate it, and I can feel it when people give me stuff from the heart. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all donations, things that you brought me, mailed to me, things like that. You just don't know how much it touched me, and it made my day. So I got this, which is it's a bottle, but it's like a light bulb, and it's purple, my favorite color. So the person that sent me this knew my favorite color. And it's a light bulb, and I'm gonna read to you why it's a light bulb that they sent me. It's like you drink out of it, voila. And you just twist this off and pour your drink inside of it and twist it back on. So I just thought that was so cute. Thank you. And I'm going to take the time out and read the letter that came with the light bulb. I hope I don't start crying. Let's see. Dear Simply Love, this gift is what it's saying. This gift, you light up my life. That's what's on top of the Dear Simply Love. You light up my life. Thank you. Dear Simply Love, this gift. I've been watching you for a while now, and I'm impressed by your accuracy and beauty. Well, thank you so much. You keep it real and relatable to normal human beings. You helped me get my life together. Thank you. Trying to read this. Thank you. Trying to figure out what it said. Had a man. Oh, not a man. Okay, it says not a man of many words, but when I do say something, I mean it. I would assume you're married or with someone. There's no way you're single. You're too fine. Oh, thank you. Okay, and it says the person is Tim T. Is it Fit? No, it gotta be Tim. Tim from Philadelphia. Oh, you're near me, Tim. Tim from Philadelphia. Thank you so much, Tim. I really appreciate this, and you know, all my Philly friends. I've been getting quite a few things from Philly, far as my channel and donating to my channel. I want to give a shout out to everybody in Philly, all my Philly friends, fans, and things like that. I thank you so much, and you know, everybody across the world who's been, you know, donating to the channel, sending me things, and it's just very, very sweet, and it seems like it's coming out of nowhere, very unexpected, and I do appreciate each and every one of you. I want to thank you guys, all my subscribers, all my onlookers, all my haters, you know, all my thumb downers, thumb uppers, onlookers, cross watchers. I just thank you all so much for taking the time out to watch my videos. I know I'm, you know, pretty hard. I know I'm pretty straightforward. I know I'm not for everybody, but those who do come and listen, you know, my delivery is because, I don't know, some of the things that I've been through in life, it wasn't easy, and I don't think nobody's life is easy. I don't think nobody's life is meant to be easy. But there's a few of us out here, which are starseeds and the yes people, the humanitarians, which are starseeds. You know, I'm an Aquarius, so I'm the star in the deck, and amongst others of us. I came from the planet Uranus. That's my birth planet, coming from there to here. And all my major signs, like Aquarius is my sun sign. North node is Virgo is my north node, and that's where I'm shifting to now. Everybody should be shifting to their north node, but we know everybody's not doing that. And again, did I go off subject? Thank you, Tim, so much. I really appreciate this. I really, really do. Sorry about that if I didn't say thank you, but thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I love this. I think this is the bomb. And even the color purple is what I like. And I'm going to be using this all the time. So thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. So I'm really all up in my feelings, especially from that trip that I went to. Not that it's nothing, you know, like I feel bad or nothing like that. It's just, you know, me being an empath and picking up on people's emotions and feelings. That's another thing I wanted to tell you guys. Like, when you see me on here, and if I'm, you know, going off, or, you know, it's kind of shocking to a lot of people, aren't used to that. They used to the, you know, soft touch and, you know, stuff like that, but that's just not my energy. I get the energy and I actually feel it and I express it. And I'm trying to control it, you know. I ask spirit, you know, help me to control it. But, you know, they just keep telling me, just keep doing what you're doing. So, but, you know, I am trying to lighten up on the cursing and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm not apologizing for it or anything, you know, because I'm not cussing at anybody except possibly the karmic energy that I pick up on, the mean energy, you know, the ones that's, you know, trying to start problems with other people. You know, I've been like this all my life. I've always been, you know, intervening in things to help other people out that are being used or abused and things like that, because, you know, I experienced that at a very early age when I was just a child. I didn't know what all that stuff was, and I endured all that stuff when I was just a kid from my mother. I remember having black eyes and all kind of stuff, and I was really little. I was very young, and it was a lot of physical and psychological, you know, damage that was going on, you know, that I experienced in my life. And it wasn't, you know, my father was like, he worked all the time, and then when he come home from work, he would have to jump on, you know, my mother before, you know, harming me and stuff like that, and or hurting me and things like that. And like I said, it was a lot of psychological stuff going on along with the abuse. So, you know, I was like a big scaredy cat when I was little, because I just didn't know, you know, all this, you know, coming at me, you know, pushing me or slapping me or beating me, you know, when you're just a child. I say I was just like, maybe, I think I was like 4, maybe 3, going through this type of stuff, you know, with my mom. I don't know what that was. It was what it was. It happened. And the psychological part of it came in when she would do something like hit me or beat me and do all this type of stuff, you know, and then would come back later crying and saying she was sorry and would I forgive her? Oh, I'm so sorry, my baby, and stuff like that. Well, when you little, you want to embrace that, because that's what you really wanted anyway. Some kind of love, you know, some kind of feeling of love or something. So, you know, I was young, I didn't know no better, and, you know, I gave into that type of stuff. You know, it was just normal. I was just a kid, I didn't know. But I remember it happening to me as I got older. I remember, and I reflect on that, like, this is what's wrong with me. That's a lot of that stuff. When I went through the dark night of the soul, I had to relive all of that. I had relived the beatings, the mental abuse and things. I had to relive it all to understand why I was acting the way I acted, in a negative way, towards a lot of it I did just towards myself. And the way I presented myself, people can see that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot of people, I drew in a lot of damaged people too. If you know what I'm saying, I was bringing in whole lot of damaged people, corrupt people, dishonest people, all type of things. They was like a magnet to me, right? But I didn't understand what it was. I didn't understand what was going on. And, you know, these people would psychologically, and I would allow it because I thought that was normal, being that my mom raised the way she raised me to do and feel. I thought that was normal. I thought that was part of life. Even though my dad did, you know, the time that he did have, he was trying to teach me to, my dad was busy trying to teach me to survive. You know, this is how you survive, you know, book, work, paper, you know, anything it takes to survive, you know, showing me stuff and all that. That's what he was doing. Most of the time, and I never did too much express to him what was going on, because he knew when I was younger, and they used to fight a lot, and I used to always think that I was, you know, causing them to fight. I didn't want them to fight or nothing like that. But see, when you're young, you just don't understand, and you know, and then you parents out here, and you got these children and stuff, and you whooping on them, abusing them, hollering at them, cursing at them. Stop that stuff, because you're going to be the reason why they act the way they do when they get older. You know, you are. So, you know, you're going to be held accountable for it too. Believe me that. That's why, you know, a lot of times we got to be careful on our actions. You know, if you have a problem or you see a problem, it's time to sit down and look at that problem, reevaluate yourself, come to terms. And, you know, and we can't, you know, I used to, you know, when everything started to come at me at once, I used to like blame, like whine and blame and all that type of stuff. And like, you know, that wasn't nothing but a big ass turn off, you know, and I wasn't getting nowhere doing that. So, you know, as I evolved and still, you know, like I said, going through the dark night of soul, that's when everything came at me all at once. It was like a huge thing where spirit just set me down, closed my doors, closed my windows, and just like I was just purging and crying and looking at myself in the mirror and say, you know, why, you know, because it was just so much stuff that I went through. And you know, going through it, I was, you know, trying to deny it, but you know, it get to the point where it, you know, things can happen so over and over again, you just, it to the point where you just can't deny it, and you're going to have to do something about it, or, you know, just lose your mind. Basically, you'll just lose your mind if you don't really stop and listen and let this reevaluation stage go on in your life, because everybody is supposed to experience that. So if you want to know what, you know, the real being saved is, it's not going to the pastor and, you know, then putting water on your head and all that and then letting you go and say you saved. No, to save yourself is to go through that dark night of the soul and find, you know, and correct some things in your life and balance it out, balance it back out. Even from when you were a child, you can do it, because I did it. And you really will set yourself free. You'll forgive. You won't remember as much as you do to where it hurts your heart. You just remember enough to say, okay, my story can be somebody else's glory. And that's why I'm saying the things I'm saying right now. There's a lot of people that will have to leave your life. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be lovers, it could be, because you're going to just be so awakened. You can't sit there and ignore the things that you used to ignore about people, places, and things. You just can't ignore it anymore. It's like you're just awakened, and things you don't even have to ask somebody about, or about what you know. You don't have to ask it, because if they didn't tell you in the first place, they're not going to tell you if you asked about it. Okay, so just, you know, it's just a lot of things you'll start to see differently and do differently, that's going to just, like, you know, keep you, you know, balanced no matter what. You know, you might feel a bit of anger, but you'll be able to, you know, identify with that, like, okay, this didn't work for me before, or that didn't work for me, and this is the reason why. Then that's when you go back to the past and when you were younger and all this abuse. No matter what type of abuse it is, okay, no matter what it is, it affected your life as you were coming up, and it caused you to do dysfunctional things, you know, when you get older, if it's not corrected. And that's just the truth. So being saved in this world, you born into hell. This is hell right here. There's heaven and hell. This is hell right here. Heaven is coming to reality about yourself, to know that this is hell, and all the promises and things that were these made up stories and this made up everything, this made up world is not really real. It's just a glamour. Ego trip is all it is. It's a big ass ego trip. It's based upon people not seeing their true selves. So they made up this imaginary world, and, you know, and fantasized our minds, and it took us, disconnected us away from spirit. So a lot of things we were doing and saying or being and all this type of stuff was all conditioned from this hell that we're in. So what we're here to do again is to be in heaven, and heaven is saving yourself from those things. Heaven is facing the truth about what's really going on in this world. That's what it is. It's, you know, it's not nothing dangerous or not, like, it's just that this is what it's going to take for you to save yourself. It's okay to, you know, to be in the world, obviously, but you don't have to. You learn to not be of the world, and that's what you call saving yourself. That's what you call heaven. It's like heaven on earth, and that's just the truth. So hope that made sense. And you know, just to let you guys know that, you know, we all go through stuff, and, you know, it's time, you know, when you wake up and things like that, it is definitely time to get rid of people, places, and things that no longer serve you in your life. You know, you treat people how you want to be treated, and if they don't treat you in that same respect, it's time to go. It's time to leave it alone, because all you'll do is suffer more heartache and pain as you continue down this path with these people that wants to, you know, to deceive you, cheat on you, hate you for no reason at all, jealous of you, all these type of things that go on, you know, in the world today, and hatred and things like that that people have for no reason at all. You have to disconnect yourself from these people totally and start a whole new world of your own. You understand what I'm saying? You get back into your bubble that you came here on, and you just start recreating your whole life. Now that you take all this knowledge and stuff that of things that happened to you, and you know, I told you guys about my situation. It was like my whole life growing up was like people wanting to beat up on me, you know, whether they beat up on me mentally, you know, or physically, you know. And like I said, I realized that as I got older, I attracted those things to me because of what happened to me as a child. And I'm not saying this for nobody to feel sorry for me or nothing like that. I'm just saying everybody's story is somebody else's glory. I was an abused child, physically and mentally, by my mother. And, you know, we don't have that kind of relationship at all. And I don't hate my mother at all. I love her. She's my mother, okay? But there's no bond. There's no too much of anything. And when it is something, it's like, you know, short and sweet. Because the reason why it's that way to me as I went through my healing and things is because I'm not going to tolerate being talked to any kind of way, or, you know, somebody coming out the side of their face any kind of way just because they haven't healed, just because they're going through trauma and changes and don't want to heal themselves. I don't have to stay around people like that. That's what I'm saying. When you start to change, when you start to when you save yourself, you're not going to want to be around those type of people anymore. You're not going to want to be around you're not going to be picking men that are abusive, that lie, that cheat, that steal. You're not going to want all that. You're not going to want it. It's like it's something going to be in your aura. Like, you, I guess it's going to even shock yourself, because it kind of like shocked me. Like, what? I don't want this. I don't want these type of people in my life. You know, I would just study dropping people one after. I had a best friend that, you know, from when I was young and I first started working, and we kind of clicked as best friends, right? But, you know, as I was going on in life, you know, she was good, you know, like, we would, like, go out a lot, dress up alike and all that, going out, having fun and all that type of stuff. And we worked together for the longest. But I just started noticing every time I would have a boyfriend or something like that, I was noticing little stuff like a change in her. And I know a lot of you guys are experiencing, you know, or have experienced that. I noticed a change. I didn't want to face that fact right away that I was feeling right off the bat. But, you know, and, you know, that's what I'm saying. You kind of, when you start letting stuff slide and people mistreat you, it'll get worse and worse as it goes on, or as you have this relationship. Whether, it don't matter who it is, family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, it doesn't matter. Whatever the relationship is. And, you know, and then, you know, I noticed, like, you know, them saying certain things, you know, just like I'm saying, as I go back, you know, I picked up on these things, and they kind of happen so fast, you kind of like let it go over your head, or you let it just, like, you know, you say, oh, that's my friend, they just, you know, oh, they kidding. Because sometimes they'll even laugh about it like they are kidding, but you know there's something inside of you like that. I don't think they really meant that to be funny. I just think that maybe the look that you give them, or something, and they kind of like, oh, they caught on to that, and then they'll laugh about it or something like that. Those type of things. I never had a energy of, you know, a woman energy, and maybe it was due to, you know, like I said, being abused by a woman, and the woman that brought me into this world and I thought was supposed to show me love. The love that they showed me was, you know, wrong. It was backwards. It wasn't good, and I had to heal myself from that, because she didn't want to heal her wounds, so I had to heal mine for me and for her, okay, and for the rest for anybody else that came into my life. But yeah, I thought people that was really close to me was close to me, and they end up being, you know, betraying me. And I never had those type of feelings when I was like I think I was over loving. I think that because of what happened to me as a child, I think I was like, you know, just like I try to tell you guys, don't seek things outside of yourself, because people could see that, you know, and they will play on that. You know what I'm saying? They could play on it. And they can sense those insecurities, especially, you know, people that have been hurt and traumatized themselves. They'll look at you as being, oh yeah, they've been hurt and traumatized, but I could just I could just take all my aggravation out on them. I could just, like, you know, hurt them because I've been hurt. See, because I was doing that stuff too when I was like, okay, I'm just going to hurt other people. But I was in high school. I'm glad I didn't, you know, I kind of did a little bit. What I mainly did was drawing myself to alcohol and stuff. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I drew myself to just drink a lot. I became an alcoholic. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it 100. I became a pure alcoholic behind that pain and hurt that was inside of me, and I had no way of getting it out. I had no understanding of it. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't. And I had all these gifts and stuff that I was running around telling people, you know, the things that I saw and all this. And they were like, oh, you know, some would tease me because of that. You know, I just couldn't help myself. I saw what I saw and I had to say what I had to say. I had no control of anything too much of, you know. You know, at home, I was telling my mom and dad certain things. They was like, yeah, okay. And they sit down and listen to some of the stuff I was saying. And it, you know, then it came to pass. It was all these different things that was happening to me. And it was like, you know, but I was still hurt. I was still wounded. And when I went to school, I couldn't focus. I couldn't focus because I was just all this pain inside of myself. And I was in school taking this pain out on my teachers. I would yell at them and, you know, cuss them out. And, you know, I just did, you know, really, I just like I was letting that stuff out in school. And every day darn near, you know, they was calling my parents, you know, to school. And I couldn't even, I see it now. I just didn't understand it then. What the hell was my damn problem? Why was I acting up? I had two brothers, you know, that did good in school. They had no problem. But they weren't abused either. Neither of my brothers were never abused. Bless their hearts, they're not even here right now. I'm the sibling. I'm in the middle of two boys, and they're both gone now. One died when they were 14, and one died just a couple of years ago. Time go by so fast, or was it just a year ago? So, you know, they didn't suffer that abuse and stuff like that I did. So they was normal. You know what I'm saying? When I'm not saying they were perfect, but they were normal. They was able to focus, and, you know, they was able to get good grades in school. But me, on the other hand, because of that, caused me, you know, like, just being all messed up. That's all messed up. So it kind of, like I said, with that best friend, and I do remember having one friend that was like a true friend. You know, when we have in that school age, when we have a girlfriend. I had two that I know was my true friends. I could feel it. They was my true friends. One was named Corrine Jacobs. Man, we used to get together. We used to look at each other and bust out laughing because we know how we both were. We know how we was going to act and everything. We know, you know, we were going to say something funny and all this stuff. She was just like, it was short-lived. But it, you know, we were really, when we were together, we were tight, we were honest. I didn't feel no energies of her being deceptive or anything like that. It was always a good time. We laughed, we talked about each other's, you know, childhood and stuff like that. And the other one was my girl Janie. And yeah. You always get one or two people out of the whole bunch that would that's like connects with you, understands you, and a blessing from God. You will get that. There's no doubt about it. You're going to get that. But you have to cherish it, though. You have to realize it, and you have to cherish it when good people come into your life, because I'm telling you, 80 to 90% of people in your life that you run into is not going to be no good for you. I'm be just keep it 100. It's going to be a waste of time and a waste of energy, some of the people that you're going to be around. And I guess that's all part of life. I guess it is, for you to be strong. And so, you know, I just feel like, you know, I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys. I'm going to come back with a video for you guys and talk to you about, you know, me And I was just like I said, after I come home from my trip, I was just a bit emotional about the things that I saw and heard in New York, out and about. Not like I said, the places we went to for the party, the birthday party and all. It wasn't there. It was like outside, like just being around different people that walked by you. I was like basically going like this all the while, like, and I try to keep my focus and everything. I'm not saying I wasn't focused about where I was going, what I was doing, but because I was around friends that know the area and stuff. It was just the people that was around me, and I could tell like different things, and I was like just going like this, oh, and that, like I could hear stuff and all that. So yeah, I said, let me get on here and tell, what, collective, and I know y'all know what I understand what I mean. You're going to have disappointments in life. You're going to have that. There's no getting around it. You're going to run into more people that's not going to treat you the way you treat them. You're going to have people that's going to take advantage of you. That means, people that love you or so-called love you, people that you laying right next to in the bed, your family, your friends. Most of you starseeds out there, most of you collective that are starseeds that were picked to handle all of this and to go into people's lives and show them what you're here to do, starseeds, okay? You're here to teach people about love. Yeah, you got to go through hell and back for sure. You're going to go through hell and back more than what most people do. Most people are not going to even save themselves after they go through some stuff. They're just going to, stay in the 3D ROM. You guys are already in the 5D. You already made it. If you're, even in this pandemic or whatever they want to call this stuff going on, if you're still able to get up and go places and buy things and, eating good and got your own home, your own cars, for your own self, that's how you know that you were the chosen one. And that's how you know through times like this, and you're good, you're okay, you're not scrambling around, you're not crying, you're not desperate, nothing like that. You ends are still meeting and you're able still to spend extra money in these times. You already know that's just a blessing from the Most High. And now's the time, not to be playing around with these people that want to come in and try to, benefit from that just because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. You're going to have to really put on that armor out here now and watch every person that come into your life, especially during these times. Because because you're making it and you're okay, you put in the work. And they didn't put in the work. They just didn't put in the work. That don't mean they need, try to use you and abuse you. Because you know what? I'm at the point right now in my life to I'm not going to tolerate that no more. I'm done with all that. You get to a point where you got to say that's when you start weeding people out. You know what I mean? Just weed people out of your life. And I learned that I can love and love from afar. I don't have to be involved with this person. I don't need them to come back in my life if we broke up and all this type of stuff. Yeah, I can remain friends with a person. I can do that. I've done that with a lot of people that I was in a relationship with. A lot. Was able to just remain friends and things like that. There was nothing else, nothing, no more relationship, no nothing. But everybody really wanted to stay friends with me. So, when you're that type of person, it's like, and they did the worst of the worst to you, and you're still able to remain friends with them. I mean, take a look around in your life. Take a look in your life and see what you got because of it. I guarantee you're not wanting for nothing. I guarantee you ain't got narrow bill to pay that you have to sweat. I guarantee everything that you have, I guarantee you have more than enough. I guarantee you got more than what you bargained for in life. I guarantee you that, my starseeds, because the things that people done to you in their your life that you sacrificed for, to help that person grow up. Whether you help, whether they grow up or not, that's their problem. Spirit, like, I brought this person in your life to help you. And whether they pick up on that energy and learn from it, that's on them. But all in all, you have to really look in your life. You can tell if you were doing the right thing in your lifetime, if your intentions were good. I was the type of person that kind of like hurt my own self, a lot. And then there was others around me that hurt. I didn't never, when people hurt me or something like that or done something to me, I wasn't the type to strike back at them or fight them or be deceptive like how they were deceptive towards me. I just kind of like, what I'm saying? Let spirit take care of it. And every time I done that, I always got some type of blessing. Like, always something came to me for it, and I didn't have to buy it or anything. I didn't have to put too much effort in it to get it. It just came to me, not even through other people. It just came from, like, it was strange. And like I said, I got a lot of things that I wasn't thinking on or planning on having, because I was always trying to be watchful when it came to my money, because, I kind of, when I got out on my own, that was it. So I was like a survivor, and I wasn't nobody around here trying to use nobody. Never been that type of person. Never. Always found me a job. I always paid my way, my own self. I didn't live with nobody. Well, when I was I got a boyfriend and I lived with them or whatever, but I was the main one doing everything. This person was oblivious to responsibility because he was like a mama's boy, he was a mama's boy. But everybody would tell me, you really helped them a lot and all this. They never wanted to work that much or do that much. Now they're working, and now and that's all fine and good, but that was a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy to help grown people, people that's grown and adults. It's hard to help them to have a direction about life and responsibilities and working together and not waste time, because you got babies running around here, you got grandkids running around here, and you got grown people still out here just playing like life's a damn game. And then there's no legacy for nobody, there's no nothing for nobody, because everybody's still playing and not thinking about being selfish, not thinking about, most of these people are narcissistic type people. They don't think about nobody but themselves. Even, I don't care, grown adults, 50, 60, 70, 80. You know what I'm saying? If they still not saved, if they haven't saved themselves, they're still coming, they're just narcissists. They're not thinking about even their generation and what they can have. They still entrapped in their hurt and their pain and not healing from it. You understand what I'm saying? They're not healing from that. And by not healing from that, it's like every relationship or every whatever it may be situation always be something, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And that's what I'm saying is very important. When spirit brings something in your life, or or brings something, whether it's tragedy, no matter what it is something to wake you up, to save yourself from yourself, okay? From yourself, because we got good and bad in us, okay? But what we have to do with that dark and light energy is we have to work together within inside ourselves. We have to figure ourselves out. We have to, help ourselves from, and keep this thing balanced, because, there's a time for everything. There's a time to get mad. There's a time to cry. There's a time to laugh. There's a time for every freaking thing. If you don't believe me, just look outside your door and look at the trees, look at the sky, look at the universe. Everything is about balance in this universe. Everything, it rains, that means it's crying. It thunders, that means they're mad. Just that's us. We are the universe. We are part of the universe. And it's in balance. Because when it thunders, you don't see no sun coming out, bothering the rain or anything, right? You don't see that. it's time for everything, but you have to know it and make it balanced. There's a time that you're going to get angry and that you have to speak out, because if you don't, you're going to get ran over by a tractor trailer or something. You know, you're going to really get ran over. There's a time to cry when you have to just let things out, no matter who's around, no matter who says. No, it doesn't matter. It's not about other people, it's about yourself. And accepting all the 4 elements in this universe and balance it all out. There's a time to laugh and have fun and joke around and, you know, ease your mind and all that stuff. There's just a time for every freaking thing. You just have to know when those times come, that's when you react off of it. And then it'll balance everything else out to the correct timing, if that makes sense. So we can't say go by our age and stuff like that, because I was doing that for a while. I'm like, you know what? I'm just like too old to just now be learning certain things or being aware of certain things. Then I was like, nah, it ain't got nothing to do with age. It's all about divine timing, and it's all about, you know, are you going to listen and be open to your saving yourself instead of looking outside of yourself? You know, no preacher, no teacher, all that stuff. I did the church thing and call myself being saved, but I, you know, was doing the same old things, you know, and that just didn't make sense to me. You know, we were programmed to rely on society or things outside of us to make us a better person. But, you know, see where that got us all? Do you not see that's where it got us all? No, this got to come from within. It got to be real. In order to change, you have to be real with yourself. And you got to be real about where the hell you really are. You really do. I'm not saying that you know, like you have to like get panicky or get scared. It is what it is. You got to really realize you are in fucking hell. And you got to save yourself out of it, and that's heaven. All right? And that's just the truth. So just, you know, be careful out here. You know, that's why I'm saying I'm not selfish about, you know, where I come from, what I did. You know, I did a lot of things, you know, like I said, most of my life I did things to hurt my own self, yet alone other people hurt me. I was hurting myself too, because of the fact I didn't want to hurt nobody else. I took it out on myself. You know, does that make any damn sense? But that's what happened in my life. You know, people doing bad things to me. I didn't go after them. I just, like I said, and, you know, the drinking and, you know, Lord knows if anybody was in the way of that, though, I could, you know, act up and stuff and say certain things and all that type of stuff. But, you know, I look back at that kind of stuff now and I'd be like, that wasn't even me. That was no way, shape, or form me at all. It wasn't the person that I wanted to be. It wasn't how I wanted to present myself. It wasn't. And some of the things I said and done to people under the influence of alcohol was just not what I wanted, because, you know, when you come down off of stuff like that, you'd be like, you know, everybody start telling you like you did this and you did that, and you don't even remember. And, you know, you feel so freaking bad. I know I did. You know, but, you know, there was, like I said, I was doing it for so long, but, you know, I don't do that stuff now. And I'm not going to blame it on my age. I know I'm an older person and stuff like that, but, you know, I kind of realized, you know, that's not what I wanted. That's not the type of person I wanted to be. And then when things start changing inside of me, you know, it takes time, you guys. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen. All right. And it's going to put you back on your timing of yourself and where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do in life. But again, I'm not saying all this to make people feel sorry for me. Like I said, I'm doing it because, you know, everybody's story is somebody's glory. And I just want to reintroduce myself. You know, my name is Sandra Brown. And my life wasn't perfect. I know I'm a starseed. I know why I suffered the way I did, and I accept that. It hurt a whole lot. And I let these people hurt me because I thought I was going to find some kind of love out of it, but it wasn't that way. And I accept that now, and I learn to love myself. And I'm so much more happier now. And I could see so clear. I saw before, but with the way that things went in my life, I pushed it aside and just kept trying all the wrong ways, looking for love all the wrong places. Whether it was friendships, relationships, family, all that. And these are just tears of joy, y'all. I think it's some tears of joy and some of that pain, because me talking about it is bringing it back up, But I just want you guys to know I'm here for you, on the real tip. I'm really here for you. I just wanted to let you know, I don't care who you see, who you talk to, as far as, spiritual or YouTube readers and, all kind of stuff like that. I don't care. We here to help you and give you advice and things like that. We're not here to save your life. You know what I'm trying to say? That job is yours. And yes, it's a tough one, but if you want the best of your life, that's something that you're going to need to do, is sacrifice. And then just sit back and see what spirit will do for you. Man's not going to do anything for you, but just keep they're just going to keep you in this illusion of everything's going to be all right. And then when things come crashing down, nobody's there for you. You got to be there for yourself. You got to be strong for yourself. You got to love who you are, because if you keep looking outside of yourself, people, places, and things, they're going to be the main ones that disappoint you. You're going to be like, at all, like some people you're not even going to believe, that will cross you and do all kind of crazy stuff behind your back. You're not going to believe it. So save yourself. Especially, again, like I said, age don't matter, but in a way, in this situation, it does, because it'll save you, a lot of your energy and a lot of your time. You know what I'm saying? You'll set yourself free and live most of your life with this balance and happiness within inside yourself. But you just have to learn to love yourself. Don't let nobody throw you off your game. We're here to help you and bring you up and pick you up and help you to prevent certain things in your life from happening, through our own experience, because a lot of the times, like I said, my mother probably wouldn't have treated me the way she did if she had cleared up her energy and found out what her dysfunctions were, or things that, no, pride and ego got in the way, and it kept them in that energy, and I, sometimes when I see her, so please forgive me and all this type of stuff. I'm sorry for what I've done. But why do you have to say that every time I see you? We already talked about that. What it is, that means. That's just giving me and then turn around and say some crazy stuff like you've been saying or like you've been doing. When people start acting like that, what they call repeated offenders. They say they sorry and this, and then turn around and do the same thing to you. Those are the ones that you can't stay next to. Those are the ones you can't trust. Those are the ones you can't give your energy to. Those are the ones that you can love from afar. I don't care who they are. If they always coming up and mistreating you, abusing you, physically, mentally, whatever it may be, it's time to let them go. I don't care how much. You can still love them, but you have to leave them out of your life. Everybody can't go where you going, my star seeds, my empaths, male, females. This can happen. It happens to all of us, okay? But I'm just trying to tell you, take heed to some things. Listen, because I'm going to tell you this one thing. If you fail to listen to yourself, if you fail to make the changes that you need to make in your life, if you fail to keep seeking things outside of yourself, I'm going to tell you, and straight up, you're in for some shit. You're going to be in for some shit, you know. And I thank Most High that, you know, they let me come this far, to the point where I can actually see some joy and some happiness in my life. I'm glad of that. I appreciate it. Even if I leave here tomorrow, I appreciate the times that I feel like nothing's bothering me. Nobody's hurting me. And I'm glad for myself that I don't put myself in that situation that I did in the past over and over and over again. I'm so grateful and so happy. And I look around, I'd be like, it's, you know, most women say, you know, oh, I got everything except a man. But, you know, you got to understand that somebody's on their way. You're not going to forever be by yourself. You just got to really enjoy yourself while you with yourself, to be honest with you. You know, sometimes, you know, we in a hurry or too fast to want a man, or, you know, a man wanting a woman. And then we get in certain situations, we like, dang, I wish I had it took my time. That's what you're going to be feeling like, dang, I really wish I slowed down and took my time to get to know this motherfucker, because you're going to see that you wish that you take your time. So take your time, you know, figure out yourself, love yourself, free yourself, feel the feeling, the connection between you and the Most High. Feel that that's your man or your woman or whatever you want to put it, because they're going to supply all your needs behind the sacrifices that you made in your life for others. Whether they are changed now, maybe some of them are, maybe some of them aren't. You changed, you elevated, you excelled, you saved yourself. You're in heaven. Because I call it, like I said, anybody that's, you know, the basic necessity things that we need in life, there's a lot of people struggling to get right now today. They're struggling. There's a lot of people out here are angry because they can't have the things that they want. They're struggling. But if you're in a situation where those basic needs, and then you have more other than them basic needs, you have every reason to be happy and content, and know that you saved yourself and that you are in heaven. So if we have any, you know, you have any comments, anything you want to say, email me if you'd like to. This is my life. If you have any questions, maybe I didn't answer or put forth through, you know, just let me know. And I hope this made a difference in somebody's life, just by me telling you mine. It's not every little detail. It's just you know, I'm just kind of like pointing out the things that from, you know, childhood that could fit into a video that made me do the things that I did in my life and where I'm at right now. And I'm also so grateful and honored that I'm able to sit here and talk to people. And, you know, I ain't saying, you know, the whole wide world listening to me, but some, you know, whoever spirit bring to my channel, that means the world to me. Because there's some people sitting on their story, and it could be somebody's glory, and they just like sitting on it. They're not saying nothing, doing nothing. You know, some people feel like they retire and they just, you know, don't want to give up their self. You know, it's all about themselves. They're going out gambling and doing all this dumb stuff, wasting money and all this, instead of just helping somebody about. I'm sure, you know, something happened in their freaking life. It wasn't all grand. Ain't nobody's life all grand. And so they can continue the blessing. You know, sometimes you get the blessing and things will be there, but if you're not doing what you need to do, or, you know, listening to your spirit guide tell you what you need to be doing, and you're not doing it, those blessings could be taken away from you. That's why I'm so grateful and so honored. I got everything I need, which are the basics, and I got more. And that's not bragging about anything. it is what it is. And I'm telling you why it happened to me. And to a few others is probably the same way. And I'm telling you, this is how it is going to take you to make it too. You know, I'm not no millionaire status or nothing like. I'm not none of that. Okay, but I'm comfortable. I have my needs. I'm over comfortable, to be honest with you. I'm not getting out here struggling, you know, on a time clock, working for people and things like that. Spirit put me in a position where I could, you know, work for Him, and working for Him is freedom. You don't have to be boggled down by a time clock. You don't have to do that, and we all could be in that same position. We all can defeat our childhood trauma. We can defeat anything. If I can defeat it, anybody can defeat it. An ex-alcoholic, okay, when I could damn near kill myself. Well, you know, there's times things happen, I damn near killed myself. But Spirit saw otherwise. I've been through some things. And, you know, I say I should be dead now. I should have been dead, you know, through some of the stuff that I did under the influence. But yet, you know, both my brothers are gone and I'm still here for now. But that's my story. Again, if you have any other questions that you may want to, you know, I'll be glad to answer them for you. Just email me at the email address below, and I'll be back with a video, you guys. So take care. I love you all, and I'll be back with a video. Bye.